If you're in the San Diego housing market or you are considering jumping into the game, you have probably noticed that what's happening on the ground level here is not aligning with what's happening in the national news. So I want to share a few key data points from May of 2024 compared to May of 2023, so year over year data. And it starts with inventory. So we've seen an increase of 41% in inventory. And while that sounds like a big number, we were jumping off a pancake, and that is still very much below what the typical inventory level should be for our market to have stability. And so when you start with inventory, the next thing you need to see is, well, does that mean that properties are staying on the market for longer? And the answer is no. In fact, we saw a decrease of days on market by 13%. So even though we have more houses for sale, there are more buyers in the market ready to buy those properties. So we're seeing that fall from 31 to 27 days, which, by the way, anything less than 30 days, heavy sellers market. Beyond 30 to 60, you're really talking about still a seller's market, but you're not going to see any kind of price depreciation when you have such low days on market. Now let's get into the prices. So how much is the seller getting compared to what they're asking for the property? So that's the percentage of list price to sold price. Right now, we saw an increase year over year of 1%. Sellers are basically getting what they're asking for, unless you look a little closer at this data for those hot price points in San Diego. Sellers are getting more than they're asking for still, and that trend is upwards. As far as pricing, that also supports what we're seeing in this data. Last year, 806,000 was the median sale price. This year, it's up 8.6%, beating expectations at 875,000. And we're seeing the same in the average sale price, both detached and attached homes. Average sale price up 7.7 and 8.9%. What's interesting is, and this is very important for those of you guys that were on the sidelines waiting for rates or prices to correct. We noticed in January, when rates came back down a little bit, we saw buyers flood to the market, and you can see that reflected in these February numbers, which we have still climbed beyond. But February numbers up 24 and 16%, depending on the property type. Big time adjustments. So that's a good indicator of what happens if rates continue to fall. We're going to see a lot more buyer activity, which is going to drive prices even higher. I hope this helps. We are standing by if you need any guidance, but that is this month's San Diego housing data nuggets.